welcome back to another video. Today is very exciting. It is currently 5 o'clock on Sunday the 17th of August and it's photo shoot day, which is the first and probably only photo shoot I'm going to be doing in prep, and I'm really excited. This is obviously the leanest I've ever ate in my entire life, so we had to get some photos for it, and it's just going to be like a studio shoot, so nothing too crazy. The first photo shoot I ever did, that was what, like 3 years ago. It was literally on the side of the road in one of the most busiest beaches in Sydney on the hottest summer's day of the year. And when I did it, it was literally like cars driving past, like at like a bus stop, because there was this like specific wall the photographer shot at. And I remember walking up there. Me and my friend, she came with me, she was my mummager on the day. And we walk up there and she like to the location. I was like, surely we're gonna go like down this little like walkway like towards the beach where it's like hidden. And the photographer's like, no, we're doing it right here, literally next to a bus stop, literally in the middle of the public eye. And I was like, wow, way to throw me in the fucking deep end. So if I can do that for the first time doing my photo shoot ever, literally like never ever done a photo shoot before. I was the leanest I had ever been at the time. Like that built a lot of confidence. I was like, yeah, fuck, we can do a studio shoot this time around. So we're about to get started getting ready. The shoot starts at 7, so obviously got up at 4, did my things, did my check-in photos as well, and get them done out of the way. I was going to do my makeup first, but I was like, I need to get chain stuff done. I feel like if you're in prep, you probably understand this, but it's like when it comes to prep stuff, I'm like, I just need to get the prep stuff done first. And if that's done, then my brain can like chill. So check-in photos are done. Now I'm about to get stuck into doing my hair and my makeup. And then we're going to be having a snack. And then we've got to be there by 7, and it's probably like a 20-minute drive there. And Jackson's going to be coming along too, which is really fun. I'm excited to have him there. He hasn't been, we've had a photo shoot together before. When he competed last year, but he hasn't come to a photo shoot for me before, so I'm excited to have him here, and he's going to take some BTS and things like that. But I'm going to get stuck into doing my makeup. Makeup actually won't take me too long. Like my makeup that I normally do is very chill, but I did buy myself some fake lashes to put on, and that's going to be the challenging part. And I also have to glue back on these 2 nails, so slay. But I hope you enjoy this video, coming along for a little BTS of the photo shoot, and I'll talk to you a little bit more later on, but we're on a bit of a time crunch and I gotta get my face sorted. Okay, hair and makeup complete. I'm actually so surprised how well this turned out. Very surprised I was able to get these lashes on as well. The best part of dancing for basically your entire life and doing it until you were 17 is your ability to put on fake lashes. We used to do that all the time, like me and my friends when we had our concerts or like a Stepfords. We'd do our own like makeup for it, and your girl gets pretty good at putting on lashes, and it's been a fucking hot minute since I've had to put any on, so I'm glad that skill stayed. But yeah, this is the final look for hair and makeup. I'm gonna be eating something now. So yesterday I did have a high cal day, and normally I have it on a Sunday at the moment, but because this shoot was earlier, because it's at 7, we decided to pull my high day yesterday so that way I could carb up. And then obviously coming into the shoot today, I had majority of my carbs last night, so I had like 2 carb dense meals last night, just so that way I'm coming in and looking a little bit fuller, and that's kind of like the look I want. I really want to look like big and juicy, because right now I'm obviously not big and juicy. I'm very lean and tiny. So did a carb up yesterday for that, and now I'm just going to have my rice cakes, so back on my low cal day, and basically my meals are just going to look like how they do look every other day, and having like my pre-training snack as like my pre-photo shoot meal. So just going to make 4 rice cakes with honey, and then we really got to go. With my manager of the day. Boyfriends of Instagram will be absolutely on one today, but we're on our way to the shoot. I briefly touched on what we did yesterday with my food, but as I was saying, I had my high cal day yesterday, so I'm back on low cals today. I adjusted some of my meals yesterday because my coach was like, just have majority of your carbs like in the back end of the day, so that way when I wake up this morning, because I woke up at the butt crack of dawn, I'm gonna come in looking a little bit fuller. So yesterday I had like my normal rice cakes. No, I had oats before I trained, and then I had my normal eggs after training, and then I had a minced beans and potato meal for lunch with like 100 grams of avocado. It was so good. And then I did minimal fats with dinner, so I did my rice, beans and mince meal for dinner, and then just before bed I had cream of rice with 2 squares of dark chocolate, and that was fucking lit. And yeah, I think I woke up looking pretty decent this morning. I have to say, I had like a mini panic attack. I was thinking my tan was not going to be dark enough. When I woke up, I was like, I do not look tan enough at all. And I was like sitting on the toilet doing a number 2, contemplating, do I just fake tan again? I have an hour to, if I was to do that, to pull it off, but I didn't, and I think we're okay. Just have to add a bit of makeup to my chest to match my foundation a bit more, because the foundation I have 1 shade of foundation, and that's when I'm really tan in summer. And you know, if I'm not the same shade of that foundation in summer, then it's just like spewing for me. But I think we've made it work, so I'm very, very excited for this shoot. It's going to be fun, something different to what I've done before in the sense of like the look that we're aiming for. So I'm excited to see how things turn out, and then obviously being the leanest I have ever been in my entire life, it'll be cool to see how the photos turn out. But yeah, we're like 4 minutes away, and Jackson's gonna get all the BTS, which will be fun. So there's gonna be so much content, which we love, and we'll see you inside for the shoot.
Come from your inner circle or lack thereof, and I don't know who I can trust. I've been dropping out and I've been hanging out with my high friends, and we too stoned to pay attention. I mean, really, it's same me, it's old me, you know, same shit. I've been on the low key grinding, on the low key shining, trying to keep to myself, but you bring me out together every time again. Damn jeans, no, them jeans, they must be uptight, mama.
Okay, a bit of a recap of the shoot. We are obviously back home. It's like 12 o'clock. Yeah, it's like 12 o'clock now. We wrapped up the shoot at 9, so it was a 2-hour shoot, and it was literally insane. I cannot believe that this is my physique. Like, it's one of those things where the end product, or the end product of this goal, is something that has been built over the last like year, 2 years, 3 years even, and it's just like incredible to kind of all see it come to life. And you know, going into this prep and going into my journey to step up on stage, like you can't really picture what it's going to be like until you're in it, especially if you're going into unmarked territory. Like, I've never been this lean before. I've never been stage lean. I've been relatively lean for things like photo shoots in the past, but never this lean. So you just kind of like don't know what to expect. And this whole process and seeing the results come to life has just been like nothing I could ever imagine, because I just never knew that this would be me, which has just been really, really cool. But the photo shoot was so fun, and we've never really done concepts like that before. Like the last 2 shoots I've done were very like bikini, swimsuit, like funky, like very like I would say like there was like more concepts to it, and like it was very, very creative. Whereas this, I wanted it to be simple. I really wanted to focus on the physique. Like I wanted the pictures to be like, okay, we are looking at the physique, we're looking at the muscles. So I think we absolutely delivered it. I'm very happy with the outfits that I did choose as well. They were literally the last minute choices for this photo shoot. There was a bit of a mentee bee earlier this week of like, what the fuck am I going to wear? Like, I just don't know what to wear, because the last 2 shoots have been very, very lucky with the packages that I chose. Like, I had the stylist choose outfits, and it's just nice to not have to think about it, because like that's not my obviously area of expertise. But I think I did well with the photos. I think I did well with choosing the outfits, and I think I chose ones that like obviously accentuated what I wanted to see, like with the main goal of like really wanting to show off my legs and like my abs, and like that being kind of like the star focus of the shoot. I think I did well with the choices, and shooting with Jay was lots of fun. Like, he makes you feel very comfortable. He did a great job at just like directing the poses as well, which is great. And especially if you have never done a shoot before, or like you're new into this space and you don't necessarily feel quite like comfortable with posing, or you know, you're doing like for a photo shoot, you're not just standing there like smiling like, hey, like, you know, taking a pic for like a girls' night out. It's like you're getting into positions that are just not your normal things. So it's really, really good when the photographer does guide you in that, and was what made my first ever photo shoot experience a couple years ago so enjoyable as well, because I had that support there with the photographer. And if you're ever thinking of doing a photo shoot, or that's a goal you want to work towards, I'd highly recommend doing research on the photographer and asking questions before going into the shoot, being like, can you help me with posing, can you direct me? And you know, just letting them know as well at the start, being like, I'm happy for you to direct me in either way, like I'm new to this, I've never done this before, because that can really just make the whole experience so much better, rather than like standing there feeling unsure, and maybe the photographer doesn't know that, or maybe we haven't had that conversation, and then the photos don't necessarily turn out the way that you would have hoped. So that is definitely a tip for it. But it was great. Jackson did an amazing job with getting a bunch of BTS as well, like looking at the photos. I've gotten a couple of the like sort of like sneak peeks, which I'll actually pop on the screen. Sent over already from Jay, but I won't probably get the photos for like another week or so, but by the time this comes out I probably will have it already, so you can look at my Instagram for them. But yeah, it was a really incredible shoot. Like, it just gets me so excited. And I was saying to Jackson as well, like the last couple of shoots I've done were like the goals, like that's kind of what you would say led me into the prep. Like the first ever photo shoot I did was like a life transformation for myself, and I like completely changed my entire life working towards that goal. And then obviously I went into a build phase after that, and I had the conversation with my coach in March last year that I do want to compete, and that was the first. I had only been working with him for maybe just under a year, and we had never done like a cut before. We'd only ever done a build phase before. So I was like, let's also set the goal to do a photo shoot at the end of last year, so we can get a feel of how my body's responding. It also gives us an idea of where I'm at in terms of muscle as well, so that way we know what we need to do in order to prep for this show, and etc, etc. So, you know, to see comparatively from that photo shoot to now, like how much progress I have made. And obviously, granted, I'm absolutely so much leaner this time around, but also I believe like there's so much more muscle there too, and I'm starting to see the vision of where I want to be at for this show like really come to life. And you know, I think it's very common and normal to kind of have those thoughts of like, you know, am I going to fit the category? Like, am I going to be lean enough? Am I going to be this? Am I going to be that? And I think that's all very, very normal part of the process. And in one, it's important to have the right team around you to support you in those decisions, and to tell you honestly, you know, if whether or not that is going to be the case for you, and to guide you honestly in this process. But at the same time, like, I can see it for myself now, which is really, really cool. And it's just, this photo shoot, I'd say, gave me that sort of confirmation that like I'm exactly where I need to be, and I've been putting in the work, and it's just been cool to kind of see that. But I was saying to Jackson, like the last photo shoots I've done they were the end goal, like that was the process, and that was the outcome. Whereas this time around, obviously the work doesn't stop here. Like, we're back on locales today, went for my walk, you know, things don't change today. Whereas the last 2 shoots is like, we went out for a celebratory dinner after that, and like that was like the big celebration. Whereas this is kind of like the interim of it, and to get some photos that aren't just going to be like bodybuilding pics, and to have some like memorable photos for myself being this lean and being in the middle of this goal that I'm achieving. So that was kind of funny, because I'm like, okay, back to work now. Like, that was fun for 2 hours this morning, but back to work. And even in that as well, like doing this shoot felt very different. Like, it was definitely a lot harder in terms of like energy capacity doing the photos, like holding poses and stuff. I was like, oh my god, this is hurting, this is hard. This feels like cardio right now, but it's been super rewarding. And yeah, it's just been really cool to see the physique and just the the progress I've been putting in and the work I've been putting in start to equate to all the progress that I'm seeing, and it's just getting me really excited because I can, like I said, I can really see what the stage look is going to potentially look like. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little BTS vlog. I don't know how long or short this is going to be, but I hope you enjoyed it. Get a bit of a feel of what a photo shoot would look like as well. And honestly, like if you ever have the goal of competing, or you know, you wanna find kind of dip your toes into the bodybuilding world, I would honestly recommend booking a photo shoot and setting a goal to complete your first photo shoot first to get a feel for it. Like, it is obviously not as extreme as dieting for a bodybuilding show. I mean, like, you can if you want to push it to that far, but I wouldn't recommend that. But like, by doing my last 2 photo shoots, it set me up to understand what the process is going to be like for the show. Obviously there's things that were different, like my diet phase wasn't as long last time. I wasn't practicing posing every single day, and you know, like the outcome of that goal was to feel and look my absolute best for the photo shoot, whereas this goal is to look in my absolute best but also to be competitive on stage, because I'm literally competing against other people. I'm getting marked on my physique, so there is that extra level of pressure. But by doing something like a photo shoot prep, it not even forces, but it gives you that opportunity to showcase, you know, your hard work. It teaches you the requirements, the discipline, the routines, the structure, the level of consistency required for something like a bodybuilding prep without that external pressure of being competitive as well. And you know, like jumping straight into a bodybuilding prep, I think I'm really proud that I actually have done that before, because it has definitely helped me understand this process a lot more. Again, it is different, but at the same time it's still very much the same foundations of it. So if you're someone, like I said, that's looking into competing or wants to go down into that bodybuilding route, I would definitely recommend doing something like a photo shoot first, because like I said, it is giving you that opportunity to showcase your hard work. And you know, a photo shoot prep is like, I said this to a client the other day, because she says she wants to do a photo shoot in the new year, which is fucking exciting, as she was like, she wants to do it. And I said, look, like, you know, I definitely think it's a fun goal to have, because you've done a fat loss phase and that lifestyle, I like to call it like a lifestyle fat loss phase, where it's like, you know, you want to look your best, you want to feel good. Like maybe it's for a holiday, maybe it's for summer, like you want to look and feel your absolute best. And then for bodybuilding, it's like you're getting dick skin lean, like you don't necessarily feel your best, but you look fucking insane, like insane in the membrane. And then I find that photo shoot is like that in between. It's that little bit more intense than a lifestyle sort of fat loss phase, but not as intense or extreme as a bodybuilding prep. So you get to have a taste of what this would feel like, and you're like, you could get to the end of the photo shoot prep being like, you know what, this was so fucking fun, and I like that I didn't have to compete in order to get into the best shape or in order to learn this process. So maybe photo shoots is something I can keep working towards, because you can always you can build and then improve in the next photo shoot, build and improve in the next photo shoot. And that's what I did between the first 2 that I did. Or you could get to the end of the photo shoot prep being like, this was fucking incredible, I've seen what I can do for a photo shoot, and this is confirmed that I now want to take it to that next level and do something like a bodybuilding prep. So that's my little prep talk on that. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed coming along for the BTS of our shoot. We are now officially 4 weeks out from show, which is incredibly soon. Well, 4 weeks from the first show, 5 weeks from the second, and then I think it's 8 from the last show. So things are coming around very, very quickly. I also sent through my hip measurements for my bikini yesterday or on Friday, so my bikini should be arriving in the next few weeks, which is that's going to be the thing that absolutely confirms, like, oh my god, you're actually stepping on stage, Kayla. Like when I try my bikini on and pose, that's just going to solidify everything. So I'm so excited for that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I hope you have an amazing day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever the fuck you are in the world, and I will see you in the next vlog.